It all started with an email. How do you feel about building a rocket? Well, of course, I felt pretty good. I started designing Eagle 7 based upon Falcon 9. I really wanted it to be a kind of a scale kind of thing so that people would get the idea of how big and impressive Falcon 9 was. So I laid it all out. We were building it with these barrels and stacked them all up. It took 13 barrels to get to the height of the scale height of the Falcon 9. And then we did the graphics and kind of dressed it all up, gave it the number 42, and then got started. Plywood on the bottom here, lining up the flower pots that I got to simulate the engine bells. And then the other hard part was the top. So the cone took quite a while. You see I taped it together here. Above this, the top would be styrofoam. Here is what's called the trunk section. This is simulating solar panels. It's really just a printout with some plastic over it. And keeping on theme, I'm watching a rocket launch while I'm doing it because, hey, why not? So back to that cone, this was a plastic sheet that I cut out and turned into a cone shape and then covered up with a bunch of joint compound. Meanwhile, engineering was working on 3D printing these grid fins, which was a beautiful touch. Thank you very much, Jacob. And more building. So this is the first piece skinned, I believe, with paper and used black poster board for the bottom so you can see the engines, all that. Nothing's quite assembled yet. Worked on putting these fins on the side and lining it very carefully with tape. Here's the first 4 stack. So that was a test, barely fit in the garage. And this was also kind of a pain to join the cone to the trunk. So I laid it on. It's not attached, it's just laying gently on the table there. Lined it all up. The laser really helped to figure out exactly where the center of it was. And then I crawled up inside and bolted it together. And that was a hot few minutes up there. Finally got it all together and taped it and secured it and painted it, and we're ready to get to work. So here's 8 sections in my office, and you can see as we jump into this close-up how it was joined together with these furring strips that were cut, and then they put the bevel on them and they just snapped together. And so here's a couple of 4 stacks snapped together, and here's us attaching the grid fins. Brought a couple of guys in from quality control to make sure that we were doing it correctly, and then we lined it all up in the hallway and put it on these boxes, and there you go. There's the full length of it. So 28 feet long, and this is right before we added the rest of the decoration to it, the decals or what have you. So here it is. The whole Eagle 7, named for the 7 engines, and there's a close-up of those. And we'll take a few more beauty shot close-ups here. Eagle 7, you notice the 7 stars representing the 7 engines. It's Eagle because, they named theirs Falcon, we named ours Eagle. And who are we? We're Hardy Diagnostics, and so it's going to be Space HDX. So that's what we put on there. Of course, we ripped off the logo and the lettering from SpaceX, but whatever. They won't care. Put the American flag on it, and at the top have a ESOP logo there, based upon NASA's logo. So there's the full length of it again, looking down the hall, and that's it. That's how we built Eagle 7.